Shop smart, shop S-Mart.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of New Book Who Dis.
I am your host, Death Metal Hero, and this is a very, very special occasion as I've got one of my oldest friends in this indie comics scene coming to hang out with me, and one of my first interviews on this channel as well. Mr. Michael Oden. What's going on, brother? How you doing, homie?
Doing well, man. It is surreal to be back here. I kind of feel like we need like a different title because this isn't really a new book, isn't it? Is it?
Oh, I mean, well, you've put a lot of work into this, man. I would say it's a new book. It's it's the same. It's not even the same title. It's it's an I guess an appended title. It's got a little subtitle to it. But it fits because you kind of remade the book.
Yeah, I did. It is a very different book than what it was originally. It's kind of crazy. Like not even just like from an artistic standpoint. I went back and like completely redid that script. There are some parts of the Zero issue that are still in there. Like when you're reading it, I'm sure you'll notice like, oh, this has got the same like writing and this, that, the other. But like that's pretty much in like the first third of the book. The rest of the book is completely fucking new.
Nice.
It's a wild ride, and it's quite the spectacle. I'm very excited for people to see it.
That's fantastic, man. I remember long ago when you were launching the first one, man, and we were, the concept was always really cool. And I remember after the first one launched, you had been talking about wanting to redo it for a while, but all the other projects you got going on just seemed to be more popular. So you've made it back to this one now, and and you're going to be closing in on the 5-year anniversary of originally launching Elysian Fields. So that's pretty fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, it's certainly a thing, but it's kind of one of these things where the stars have kind of like lined up perfectly with it. It's like the 5th year anniversary of Elysian Fields issue 0 is like kind of like the perfect time to do this kind of revival. And then there's like all of the talk about Christopher Nolan's adaptation of the Odyssey that's going on has brought classical mythology and literature into the forefront of the public eye. So I can actually talk about my book and it gets pretty solid engagement. And then
see, Elysian Fields, the first one was just way ahead of its time. That's all.
Oh, absolutely.
Now everything's finally caught up to you, man. That's how it goes.
100%. That's totally how I'm going to spin it in my marketing campaign, and not totally the fact that I got really overconfident about the success of the first book and made a bunch of mistakes on Pyramid Gambit and lost like $2 or $3 grand. Totally not going to be how I
mean, hey, it's all grist for the mill, right? It's all part of the learning experience. There's no wrong way to do this. There's just ways that didn't necessarily work that time I tried it. So we do new things. We try different things.
My wallet, Luke.
I mean, listen. Sometimes those things that we try are expensive, and they don't work out as well as we would like.
Oh man.
I mean, it's 5 years later here, and you're still here, man. You're still making books. You've got several different IPs that people really enjoy. You're a force to be reckoned with in this indie creator scene, man. So I mean, it's cool to see. 5 years ago when this whole scene was kind of kicking off over here, everybody had an idea. Everybody was putting a book out, and we've seen a lot of people just kind of disappear over the years. So it's good to see that you're still here, man.
Too. Like there are some people that put out some really good stuff that just gone.
Well, sometimes a good idea isn't enough. You gotta have that support of the backers. I mean, we can't do this if people aren't buying the book, But
Flying Felines asking Plushie.
Plushies
are going to be shipped out here soon. I feel really bad. I put up an update a couple weeks ago letting people know what the status of the art is and letting people know that I'm going to send the plushies to Critical Blast and things. Life blew up. Work blew up. I am no bullcrap getting that out this week. I have all the plushies packed up in the box to get to Critical Blast. I've got the preview comics that need to be sent out to people are being sent out. It's happening this week. Your Embrace plushies are getting to you. I promise. I want to make sure that we get those out to hold people over while Dean finishes the art. He's working us off, and we're hoping April time frame to have the art finished.
She is very excited about that plushie. I don't know if you can tell, but she's very excited for it.
I am aware. We she was going nuts when we were on talking about it. She's like, but the plushie, and I was like, yeah, there are only 2 of them left.
Doesn't hurt that Tokame was like, yeah, they're great plushies. I love mine. What's up, Seth?
He got more of them.
Of course he did.
He bought out my stock, which I'm very happy about because I'm those plushies were a pain in the butt, but very, very excited to no longer have them.
Now Seth owns the market on them. If somebody wants an aftermarket Embrace plushie, they're gonna have to go through Seth, and who knows what the price is gonna be now. I mean, supply and demand, baby, supply and demand. Eric the Guapo says, I am first. Me. Yes. You, the Guapo. What's up, Guapo? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming to hang out. Some person swinging by and dropping a link for Frog G. Frog G2, the server is key. Go ahead and sign up. They're working hard on that book. Just plugging away on it. Both Jason and Inkspot are constantly putting stuff out on the Twitters, showing stuff out. Speaking of Jason, what's up, man? Good to see you, sir. Thanks for being here. We got this Nine Realms Publishing dude. You got to watch out for this guy. He's crazy.
I hear that guy's the worst.
I mean, you get him started talking about ancient Rome, and he never stops. I swear.
Oh man.
What's up, Michael Rushbrook? Good to see you, dude. Hail, Seth. Good to see you, sir. Let's see. Catching up. We got Omen Screaming Raven. Hail, one and all. Hail, sir. Good to see you. And there's my beautiful, lovely lady. Skull, gorgeous. Let's see. She says, hey, Oden. And, of course, she asked about the plushie. I told her.
She was saying to make sure that I have her proper address. We will do that after the stream.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I'll make sure that he has your correct address so that you can send that out. What's up, Maromi? See, scrolling down. What's up, Haldir? Welcome. I'm the one pushing it in the very beginning.
Takumi's like, I actually gave him his first plushie away, so now I'm in the back of the line waiting too. You have 5 coming. Calm down.
It was Lola and Feline pressuring Dean. That's what happened there. So yeah, that sounds about right. It sounds about right.
And then Miranda, my lady, has entered the chat.
Welcome, Miranda. Thank you for joining us, listening to us yammer on about comics and stories and things.
We got to spend the Ides of March together, which is
awesome.
Was fantastic for 2 history nerds. So it was good time.
You managed to find yourself a history nerd. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, and a comic nerd. Like it's kind of crazy how that's turned out. Like,
all right.
We had a debate on who would win, and I think on a second or third date we had it was less of a debate and more of she prodded me into a lecture on who would win in a battle between Alexander the Great and Julius Caesar, and that was fun.
Oh my god. You couple of nerds. That's adorable.
Yeah.
It was not stabby. That's probably a good thing for the Ides of March.
Her fatal flaw
Carthage.
is that
not stabby.
No. She just loves Carthage.
Okay.
I have been hitched to a Carthage apologist. So,
we all have to make our compromises. Sometimes you just got to make a compromise, man.
I got
nobody's perfect, right?
I got these T-shirts recently that are Punic War themed. So I've got like a Carthago Delenda est, like sprinkling salt over Carthage T-shirt, and then I got a Punic War 3-0 champion T-shirt, and I wear those whenever, because she lives a bit of ways away from me. So when I go there, I stay for like the weekend or what have you. And so when I'm the last day before I leave, I wear one of those shirts to make it just a little bit easier to say goodbye.
It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Yep. Yeah. See, she's saying he only wears them when he leaves. That way she's able to boot your ass out the door. Yes. Actually, I was just thinking that, Feline. Sounds like us. Because I'm gonna. I don't mind him leaving. Yeah, by the time I'm ready to head back to Florida, Feline's usually pretty done with me too. Like, aren't you supposed to be heading back to Florida, or don't you have a convention to go to? Something to get out of my hair? Yeah. Yep. So I totally get that. Venom. The most recent Venom movie was not good. I don't know if that's what we were talking about. But
bad. All the Venom movies are bad.
Fair.
No, Luke. There is no defense. They're all bad.
I liked the first one a lot better than I expected to. I expected it to be like, what is it here? I expected it to be Elektra bad, and it wasn't quite as bad as Elektra.
But there are even worse movies than Elektra at this point. Have you seen Madam Web?
No, I refuse to. I won't watch Morbius either or Craven.
Peruvian spider people was not on my bingo card for Madam Web.
There. Like if they're gonna take Ezekiel and use him as a character, why you gonna make him a bad guy? He's not a bad guy. Like
it's not even that. Like that's not even the worst part about it, man. Like I just remember I was in the theater watching it, and there's this scene where she ends up just ditching everybody to go to the Amazon rainforest portion of Peru, right? And she's got a fucking Dora the Explorer style map, no compass, there's no legend on the map, no nothing, and she's just wandering into the fucking rainforest of this thing. I'm like, man, stop.
Wow. That sounds like a movie made by a teenager that wasn't really thinking about the details of a movie.
No,
who was the set not the set designer, the prop manager? Like, come on. Like,
I think the thing that's crazier about it is that the head of Sony is just like, the only reason these films didn't do well is because they were panned by critics. They're actually really good movies. And I'm like, what the fuck? Really? What part of you watch
some of what you smoking? Huh? You want puff pass? Give me some of that.
Madam Web was so bad that Dakota Johnson fired her entire fucking agency that represented her.
Uh-huh.
It was that bad. The lead actress had nothing nice to say about this during your own promotional. She didn't say anything negative, but she certainly didn't say anything nice either. And she was the lead.
That probably salvaged her career, let's be honest. Like her being like, yeah, it's kind of goofy or whatever she said on the red carpet. That probably saved her career, because if she had doubled down on this movie could have tanked her career. Like the trailers did not make it look good. Like none of the dialogue.
There was no salvaging that movie. It was dog shit.
Jesus. I mean, Craven looked like it might be something, but I got no faith in it. Like, I don't have any faith in Sony whatsoever to do any of this.
No.
Yeah. So, it is what it is.
I mean, if you watch Madam Web, I highly recommend you do it intoxicated. That's probably the only way you're going to get anything out of it.
Michael Rushbrook trying to cause me brain damage here. Madam Web was horrible. Watch it. God, no, I don't want to. Stop trying to push Madam Web on me.
Catwoman is still better than Madam Web. I would much rather watch Catwoman again than be forced to watch Madam Web.
We are talking about the Halle Berry, Sharon Stone atrocity.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Okay,
I'm not
what about
it is a good movie.
Robin?
But
Let's go back to the original bad fucking superhero movie, Batman and Robin.
I would still rather watch Batman and Robin over Madam
Holy
Web.
hell, really? It's that bad?
It is easily the worst superhero movie I have ever seen.
Ugh.
It is horrible.
But have you seen the Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie?
Yes.
Okay. He's like, of course I have. How dare you insult me like that?
It's like, yes, I have seen all of it.
It's bad.
Trust me, it's that bad.
Click. Seriously, it's that bad? We're talking Corman level of bad?
I am honestly shocked that Disney and Marvel's attorneys haven't figured out a way to use Madam Web to leverage the Spider-Man rights away from Sony, because Sony
I'm sure they will at some point.
Was straight up telling that, like, when they hired all of the actors for Madam Web, they were telling them that they were a part of the MCU now. So like there is an act, like there were a whole bunch of people that were saying, because like Sydney Sweeney, I'm blanking on the actress who plays, she was the live action Dora. She's also playing Hawk Girl in James Gunn's Superman, but she's also in Madam Web. Like a whole bunch of these actresses were talking in interviews about how they were told that they were, like, for this movie, that this was their entry point into the MCU.
Turns out that was a fucking lie.
It was wrong. And so, like, there were all of these outlets talking about Marvel could be leveraging this as brand damage, as intentional brand damage, and a violation of their contract, and being able to, like, get the agreement away from them to get Spider-Man's rights completely back. Not to say that Disney Marvel would do fuck all with it anyway, because they've been pissing away their success for the past decade.
Oh my God, they have tanked every ounce of goodwill they had for the first 10 years.
The only thing that they have coming out right now that I'm genuinely optimistic about is Thunderbolts. And that is because they have an incredibly competent group of creatives behind it.
Well, that's good.
The director has done a whole bunch of impressive big budget TV shows. The people in the writers' room are all really good. They worked on shows like The Bear, BoJack Horseman, and there's another really big one. But, like, tons of really good writers in there. Okay. And then the cinematographer is the guy that did the cinematography for the movie The Green Knight a couple years ago. So they have a good set of creatives. I really like most of the people in that cast. I am cautiously optimistic, bordering excited, but yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm not thrilled with what they did to Taskmaster. It's a pale imitation of Taskmaster.
It's okay. She's going to die. They haven't even been settled about it. Like, she is literally in, like, 2 minutes of footage from the trailers, and all of the stuff that's very clearly from the last half of the movie, she's not there. I am, like, 95% certain that they are going to use Taskmaster. They're going to have Sentry do to Taskmaster what Sentry did to Ares in Dark Reign.
Okay.
I think that they're going to, because, like, I think, like, when they meet Sentry, he's still Bob.
Right.
And then I think that they're going to trigger Void, and Void is going to rip Taskmaster in half. And that's going to be in the first 45 minutes.
You heard it here first, folks.
I can almost guarantee, I can't guarantee that they're going to give it that brutal of a death. That's what I'm hoping.
Could very well happen. Yeah.
I'm hoping that that's what happens, because that's what that Taskmaster deserves, to just be ripped in half.
Just torn in half and expunged from the existence of the MCU. What's up, Shay? She says, my favorite peeps on the panel and FF in the chat, also another obvious fave. What's going on, Shay? Hope you're doing all right.
I need to send her the stuff for the campaign because that's where I'm launching. I'm very
That's
excited.
right. And what day will you be launching on?
March 28th, 8
March
p.m.
28th. So you got like 11 days.
2 weeks.
Yep. So you might want to hit that link that Feline's been dropping in the chat here and get on that mailing list. Hey, what's up, Henry Bemis? Good to see you, man. He's also dropping the link for the mailing list in here. I am not watching Madam Web, Michael Rushbrook. There's another one in here where he's like, what's up, Daddy Ray?
Knock your nuts with a rubber mallet after you watch.
I'm not. Bruh, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. It's no, not at all. I'm kind of attached to them, so I'm not going to do that.
Maroney is saying that the animated movie secured Sony's control. I don't think so.
But that second fucking Into the Spider-Verse movie, that movie was bunk.
I liked both of them, but like the fact of the matter
I liked the first one. That second one was all over the goddamn place. It made no sense.
I liked the second one. The biggest problem with it, though, is that the ending is a setup for the third, and the third movie hasn't come out. And so it's one of those movies that when the third movie comes out, it'll probably make the second movie even better because you'll have But the problem is that it's been almost 5 years.
Oh yeah.
That was several years ago, and while it made a solid amount of money, it does not cover the amount of loss that they had between freaking Madam Web and Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah,
all three of which fucking bombed, huge commercial losses.
By the time they got to Kraven, I mean they had already given up any kind of fight,
and forced them to completely cancel any future plans that they had.
And rightly so, because a lot of those plans were set up when Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was still the, Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield should have gotten more time.
I completely agree. Now, his Peter Parker is a bit too much of a hipster for me, but I do like his Spider-Man. He's tall, he's lanky, he's wisecracking, like almost annoyingly so.
I think that him being like the way that they portray Peter in those films was, I think, perfect because the idea was, and Mark Webb talked about
what
this.
Up, Tank? Good to see you, man.
Was the big thing is that in a modern day thing where academics are no longer the big shun stick that they were back in like the 50s and 60s, like everyone's trying to do well academically and what have you. It's no longer uncool to be good with tech. The big thing is Peter Parker was always an outcast.
Yes.
And so they make him.
What's up, K-pop? Right.
And so I thought that was actually a very cool way to kind of reinvent Spider-Man, where, he's still a nerd. He's still like big into science and everything like that. But the defining characteristic should always be that he's on the fringe.
Right. Well, I mean, being smart, even though, everybody wants to do better, academically and whatnot, being smart still makes you an outcast. Sometimes you understand things better than the people around you. And, when you try to explain that to people, they kind of don't understand and they get mad at you. You still turn into an outcast. What I really liked about Garfield's Spider-Man is the fact that he was a tinkerer. He played around with his tech. He built his web shooters. It exploded on him, and he got the web fluid everywhere. I thought that was a really cool scene. Him actually doing spider-like things, like making the web and feeling the web lines like an actual spider would. That was pretty cool. I really feel like that entire series kind of got shortchanged just because
it's because of Amy Pascal and Avi Arad, both of whom should no longer have fucking jobs, but they do.
I don't understand how Avi Arad still has a job. I mean, after Spider-Man 3, his ass should have been shit-canned a long time ago.
Yeah, well, Avi Arad is a very big reason why the Amazing Spider-Man films tanked.
He was the one
Like him and Amy Pascal. The fact that Amy Pascal still has anything to do with Spider-Man, but like she was talking about the direction that they're taking with Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland, and it was just like the worst read on No Way Home that you could have ever got. It's like, well, you know, he's dedicated his time as Spider-Man because being Peter is just proven to be too hard after the events of No Way Home. I was like, you've completely missed the fucking point. It was not that being Peter was hard. He had to give up being everything to save everybody from his own immaturity.
Mm-hmm.
Like he paid the price of being a hero. Like, how do you not get that? You go away, you horrible woman that doesn't actually understand what you're making. Like
you who does not understand what you are talking about.
It's like how are you the producer of this? And it's either you never watched the movie or you didn't understand it. It's one of the two. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Good stuff in the chat too, and a K-pop. Everyone's hanging out tonight.
Yeah, we got a jump in chat tonight. We got a lot of cool people in the chat. What's up? Good stuff. Hope you're doing okay, bro. He hurt himself while they were moving.
Crushed it with the Elysian Fields Reborn trailer.
Well, I think that's as good a segue as any to go ahead and bring up the campaign so we can take a look at it. So while I'm bringing this up, for anybody that might not be familiar, why don't you give us a little background on Elysian Fields and tell us how it got started, what happened the first time around, and what's different with this Reborn. But where did it start?
Yeah. Okay,
I want to know all, damn it.
All right. So Elysian Fields started off, it was my first book. I did it 5 years ago. It was a kind of personal project for me. I was going through some stuff at the time. Directing my focus into making comics became kind of an outlet, and Elysian Fields was my attempt number one. So I did this book called Elysian Fields Issue 0, which was supposed to be like the lead into the series. And the first campaign I did, it was a lightning in the bottle moment. It was 2020, height of the pandemic, and so everybody had like the Biden bucks coming in, and so people were just throwing money at campaigns, and I got a lot of success. We raised I think a little shy of $9,000, and I think I had like 400 backers, something like that. It was a really big deal, and I learned a lot from it, but I also didn't learn as much as I thought I did. I immediately invested the extra profit that I had from that into my second book, which was Elysian Fields Pyramid Gambit, which was the continuation of the 0 issue.
Thank you,
and despite having fulfilled the first issue 6 months early and getting a lot of initial positive feedback, I saw a massive drop in people coming to back. And while we technically brought in roughly a similar amount to what we had raised, that was on a book that was about twice as expensive, with 3 more variant covers and like a whole bunch of things. So I ended up losing a lot of money, and it almost got me to quit comics because at this time I was going through a custody fight.
Right.
So, and it was around that time that I came up with the idea of the Embrace, and so focus shifted. But when Pyramid Gambit was going on, I got this review from Inch High Comic Guy, and if any of you guys have been around for a while, that name might be familiar.
That's old school lore right there.
Yeah, like he's been gone for a while, but his big thing with Elysian Fields was the writing was very good, but I had overtasked the artist with giving this guy that was a solid line art guy. Hold on, excuse me. I'm about to sneeze. I feel like I'm about to sneeze.
There it is.
That's always like the worst when you can like feel it coming and you're like, I don't know when. But like the whole thing was he was saying that, you know, I had overtasked this very competent artist by giving him something he couldn't handle with colors. And that he but like the story was so good that it was still worth having and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like that had always kind of stuck with me. And every now and again, I would try something where I would I brought in a new colorist that I had found and had the books recolored, but it never really caught on. I would get a lot of comments like, oh, that's really cool that you've done this, but I've already if it's the same book, I've already read it. And
right.
So at the as I'm doing the Embrace and SPQR and American Bliss with Dave Brink and Judex with Neff and
beautiful book
and all this stuff.
What up, Woodrow?
Elysian Fields kind of fell to the back burner because I didn't think that there was interest. But I started getting messages from people being like, hey, I'm really enjoying the stuff you've been putting out. When are you going to do more Elysian Fields? And I'd also put Elysian Fields, the original version of it, I'd put it on Webtoon, and I had gone and just looked out of curiosity, and I was floored to find that it had over 100 subscribers, 5,000 reads, and an average rating of 9.5 out of 10.
Heck yeah, man, that's great.
And so,
wow,
it was a whole thing of at that point, I was like, okay, well, clearly this is something that I should go back and revisit. But if I'm going to do Elysian Fields again, I need to start over. I need to start
with a clean slate
and do this in a way where I can take everything that I have learned in the past 5 years and apply it. Everything from art direction and talent acquisition to straight up story structure, character writing.
Well, absolutely.
And, it was it was at this point in time I was doing a playthrough of I think Darksiders 2 or 3, and
nice.
Really,
I was like, Darksiders 2.
I was like, you know what? If I were to reboot Elysian Fields and give it a very Joe Mad aesthetic, that would fucking work. And then sure enough, within a week, I was just scrolling through an art page on Facebook, and there was this live Kickstarter that had the art team that I'm working with on Elysian Fields on it. I was like, that's who I fucking want. And so I hit up the pencil artist William Moraes, and I had him do a character sketch of Achilles. And then the inker was Tiago Gomez. And so I had him ink it. And then I had Ruvian, who was the colorist, color it. And I was fucking blown away. And I was like, yes, this is it. And I started making changes. And so probably the most visible change is if you read the original Elysian Fields, you would know that the original Team Hades was Heracles, Theseus, Achilles. I actually replaced Theseus with Hippolyta because Hippolyta has a better dynamic from a mythology standpoint with both Heracles and Achilles. It brings everyone and ties them together in some sort of way, and it's something that I can work with from a character standpoint. Additionally, it also helps to have a woman on the team because, girls are a big thing, and people like them.
Yes, I suppose that is one way to put it. Comics are a visual medium, and having them on the team adds a little visual variety to the story.
I think one of my biggest criticisms that I've gotten from people in the comics community is Oden, where are the babes at? And
let me guess, is that from Corey Barton?
He is one of the main detractors that has that. But
I know. Every time I'm drawing something, I can hear Corey, complaining in the back. There ain't enough babes on the page, man. There's just not enough babes on the page, But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the original poster.
That was by Jim O'Reilly. So good. And then
the original holofoil. This is a holofoil shiny cover. You guys see? Look at that. See that? See that shiny? Yeah. But I've had these. This is actually one of the first campaigns that I backed way, way back in the day when I first started hanging out in this crowdfunding scene. So it is so fucking cool to see you 5 years later, multiple IPs under your belt, multiple campaigns fulfilled, and here you are coming back to touch up your classic with a new coat of paint and a little nip and tuck in the story and all that. So we've got Elysian Fields.
Absolutely.
Reborn.
So let's see. This is a pre-launch page that you guys can go sign up for currently. Hit this button. Oh, you can't see my cursor. Okay, there it is. Hit this button to notify you of launch when it launches. I do like the fact that Kickstarter has this, so you can actually take a look at like the meat and potatoes of the page before the campaign launches. I think that's great.
Yeah, and so this is what I will say. The big thing that I want to push is I'm trying to get us over 100 signups for this, because Kickstarter's Project We Love will the better that a campaign has in pre-launch, the better the chance it gets approved for that, and that will have Elysian Fields Reborn featured on the Kickstarter front page. So that's a big deal. Please make sure you guys are signed up. We're actually at 82 right now as of the end of a stream I was just on prior to this. Over at Bit and Apple. Great program, really fun people over there.
Excellent.
So we are now less than 20 signups away from hitting 100. I want to get obviously as many as I can, but clearing 100 is a good step.
Right. I mean, it's definitely a good start,
So yeah, this is our pre-launch campaign, and as you scroll down, you will see our main cover.
Which is what I used in the thumbnail.
So real quick, click that.
Hang on, let me hide the comments here and click. Oh,
since good stuff is in the chat, this needs to be seen and appreciated.
Yeah, I was about to say, hang on, let me go ahead and show this instead. Share this tab instead. Ha! I know how to StreamYards, sort of. All right. Hopefully the sound will come through. Ready? Here we go. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
Brutal.
Yeah, this looks fucking great, dude. Wow. Good stuff says great trailer. I'm not sure. It's a good looking trailer. I don't know. I have no idea who did it. Yeah, you done good, bruh. You done good. Looks good. Good stuff. Let's see. No, I didn't. I'm just playing it directly from YouTube. I mean, maybe it's because it went through the Kickstarter page first. I don't know, but I'm glad it's playing smoothly. Tokame says, send it to him so that he can put it in the next issue of Edge Punk.
You got it, bud.
Absolutely should do.
Yes.
I actually just finished my articles for Edge Punk magazine. I'm writing music reviews for Edge Punk, and I am working on a 10-page cyberpunk story for issue 3 of Edge Punk magazine. Yeah, it's we doing some fun stuff over there at Edge Punk, man.
I was talking to Seth about it because I might even do a little bit of a prose submission at some point.
Fuck yeah.
So.
Heck yeah. Let's see. For all your trailer needs, yes, go ahead and hit up good stuff. Oh wait, I need to
straight up some of the best values that I've ever seen from people doing trailers. Mm-hmm. They really want to make sure that indie creators have the ability to have professional trailers that showcase their products and give you the best B2C experience that you can, and they don't charge you an arm and a leg for it. They do this because they want everyone to succeed. They're fucking amazing people, and they did a really good job. Like, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, both the good stuffs came to hang out with me and Feline for New Year's. They came and celebrated the new year with us.
Yeah.
What's up, Miss Good Stuff? Good to see you. King of shameless plugs. Yeah, it's okay. That's what this show's for. It's shameless plugging all over the place. Yeah. Let's see. I'll be taking on video editing work soon. Been super busy. Yeah, well, you guys know where to find Mr. Good Stuff. Hit the links and all that. You can be found on X and on the Happy Hour Hangout Tuesdays 5 p.m. You can also find him usually. You need to get a hold of him. So yeah, I actually was telling Brian from Shattermare that when we need a new trailer, because I made the teaser trailer for Mercenary Guild, but to get a full blown trailer, I told them that they should hit up Good Stuff as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you beat me to it, Feline.
But
I was literally just about to drop your link.
We have more stuff on this campaign page than just this beautiful main cover.
What?
So
you mean you got pages? The pages you guys saw in that trailer.
So we've got some of the pages that we've seen on that trailer. We also have the variant covers that we have for this. We have a fantastic
2-page spread, man. Holy crap. This is just a beautiful couple of pages
as
here.
Fantastic as that 2-page spread is, there is one towards the end of the book that has supplanted it as probably my favorite 2-page spread I've had in any of my books.
Wow, because I remember when you got this the last time I had you on. I think we were talking in the Embrace. You showed me this, and you were just blown away by it. You were so fucking excited.
This team has just completely made me flabbergasted with how well they work together. So fun fact. The book is done pretty much. I am waiting on the last page is being finished as we speak in terms of its lettering. So, first 20 people that back this book will get a proof edition of the book directly sent to them while the campaign is live. You will still get your perk tier with the upgrade, whatever upgraded covers and everything come through the stretch goals and everything like that. But you will get the first 20 people will get these proof copies that I will send out in the first week of the campaign, because I want people to know that they aren't funding this comic. It's already done. And I want people to kind of circulate, because what I'm hoping happens is that you have a lot of people who backed the original 0 issue,
right?
Being in that first 20 number. And I'm hoping that you guys come out there and be like, dude, what the fuck? I'm so excited for you guys to see just how much this has been upgraded.
How much has been added to, has been changed, has been made better. We have the technology. We can make it stronger.
To put this into perspective, the 0 issue had 24 pages of story. The Elysian Fields Reborn issue 1 has 44.
Oh, wow.
It is almost double the size.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Like you guys are not ready. And as great as those first pages are, they are nothing compared to what happens in the last half of that book. It is fucking insane.
That's fucking fantastic. I am super excited to see it then. What's up, Matt LaRock? Good to see you, sir. Welcome. And so this is, man, you got some fucking banger variant covers here, man. This is awesome.
Just wait. So this is by Von Randall and Robert Nugent. And the two things that these guys both have in common is that they work currently on Spawn books.
Okay.
And Vaughn has been a personal friend of mine since I've started. He actually, Luke, I think you got the black and white edition of Elysian Fields when you backed way back when.
Yeah.
That black and white edition, that variant cover, the grayscale cover that's on there, that was Von Randall. He is the first person I ever had do a variant for me. And so he and I have remained close. His star has blown up, and he is still just so grateful. He's such a good dude. And so he did this for me. This is also done traditional pencils and inks. The original piece will be on sale on the campaign.
Heck
So
yeah.
like, you know, and then Robert Nugent just took it and ran with the colors, absolutely crushed it. And so then if we scroll down, we see even more great stuff. So this is by a guy named Zachary Penintuan, who is from the Philippines. So cool,
that is an eye-catching cover right there.
So yeah, and so I wanted this cover to evoke the style of Supergiant's hit video game Hades, because
okay, yeah,
because 3 days prior to me going live with Elysian Fields Reborn, Hades 2 is having its full platform release. It's been in early access on PC for about 2 years. So I wanted to have a cover that evoked that style. And I found Zachary on ArtStation. I looked up Hades 2 fan art, and this guy came up. And holy shit, this kid is like 19, 20 years old in art school. Never had a professional gig before. And
wow.
Holy crap.
Wow. Holy shit. I mean, that's kind of an iconic image right there. It's eye-catching. And did he do pencils, inks, colors, the whole thing?
It was completely digital, but like it's fun. Like it so good. And he did everything. He did, like, this is all him. This is all his work. That is
impressive. And having never done any professional work before, that's impressive. It's this is good spacing, good good proportion and framing. You know, the color use, using the darker colors in the background and push everything forward. I mean, it's a really well done piece. That's fantastic, man.
I'm gonna be hiring him for more cover work. He's tremendous.
See, Phil agrees. He's like, that's gorgeous. See,
yeah.
What's up, Phil?
And if you guys are curious, I will hit you guys up with his Instagram and stuff like that. So if you guys want to hire him for work, he is so good, so talented, really just tremendous talent.
Absolutely. Some person, no, this is not Dean. This is Hades variant by Zachary
Penintuan.
There you go. I appreciate you pronouncing that, because I probably would have butchered that horribly.
Dude,
so thank you.
I goof it up because like very frequently I'll swap the M and the N in my head, and so I literally have to look at it. And so then we have this.
I think you had just gotten the line art for this. It may not even been inked. It may have just been pencils for this piece. The last time I talked to you.
This is the V. Ken Marion Andrew Dollhouse cover, which I am calling the Lion-Hearted variant.
That's a dope cover.
And V. Ken Marion is for Green Lantern what Jorge Jimenez has become for Batman at DC.
Oh, okay. All right.
And V. Ken has this tremendous style that's a blend of like Western cartooning and anime, and it's like the perfect blend of it, I think. And he just crushed this cover.
Sure.
It was so cool to be able to do it. And then Andrew Dollhouse is an industry talent with a giant
He's just fucking fantastic, man. I love his work. He's so good.
And so like to have both of them do this was so cool. And I never would have thought in a million years that I would draw somebody. But like I remember I sent V-Ken, he has a agent, he has a rep that you go through. Right. And I sent him the cover image and some of the interior pages for Elysian Fields of like the pitch, and he just goes, "Let's talk."
Let's talk.
I was just like, okay. So it's really good.
I love the dynamicism of this cover. You know, the way the sword slash is kind of breaking the image up, but like the pose, the body posture, there's a lot of like coiled energy there, ready to spring. Obviously a lot of carnage in the background, but yeah, it's a banging image, man. It's popping. All three of your variant covers are freaking fantastic. But I mean, the main cover is no slouch either. I mean, look at this. This is badass.
Yeah. Oh man, and I just got their cover for the second issue.
Yeah.
And you guys aren't fucking ready. Like, as great as this cover is,
Fuck yeah.
issue 2's cover puts it to shame. There are very few people that have seen it yet. Miranda, she saw it like when I got it, and she literally was like, "You tell your colorist, you tell him that I said that this is really fucking cool." And I was just like, okay,
awesome, hell yeah.
um,
So, because you've edited the story and you've changed things up a little bit, is it changing the amount of the number of issues that the story takes place in? Is it the same number of issues?
The story for Elysian Fields I had always seen as kind of an ongoing.
Okay.
Right? And that's not changing. Now, what I will say is that I have arcs fully planned out and everything at this point. So I have a first arc that is intended to be 5, maybe 6 issues. I'm leaning towards 6 because I really want this fight that I'm setting up to really sing. But like,
give it the room that it needs to breathe, man.
But that's the whole thing. Everything about this is grander in scale. So like, this isn't going to be your standard size comic either.
Oh,
we're upgrading to an 8.5 by 11 prestige format.
Oh shit! So you're going the kind of wider format, kind of like the more European album style, huh?
Well, yeah. Like, I really want to give the art the space to breathe on the page. I don't
blame you, man.
Taken in by it. It's so pretty. Everything is just so beautiful. How this is all turned out, and I genuinely cannot wait. Honestly, I haven't been this excited to hold a physical copy of one of my books in my hand since when I did the first Elysian Fields. And that's not awesome. That's not to like dog on any of the, that's not to downplay any of the other books that I've done, because I've been very proud of everything, and there is this kind of euphoria when you get that physical copy of your book in your hand. But like, this is the first time that it's felt like the first time again.
That's awesome, man. That makes me super excited for this. You know, I'm one of those weird people that likes to see his friends succeed. So seeing you here 5 years later, and you're relaunching this with, an updated book, an updated story, and you've got this wealth of work behind you, it's fucking cool to see, man. And I'm excited I'm excited to hear that this is giving you like those first time campaign feelings again.
Yeah, man.
That's exciting.
And you know what? It wouldn't be me stopping by your show without giving you an exclusive sneak peek. So
shit! I'm excited. You guys ready?
So are you guys ready for a new book who dis exclusive?
I just gotta bring it up.
Oh. Good Stuff says he doesn't do drugs. He just pokes smart. Yep, exactly. Oming Screaming Raven says, when you go to the theater and you see the movie posters that would really grab your attention, that's what you see right here with these covers. I agree. All 4 of your covers are eye-catching, man. The main cover, the variants, they're all very eye-catching. And they're all different,
Are you ready?
Yes. Remove the other media from the stage. Wow. Okay, so I can't just switch to. Jeez. Okay, StreamYards. Whatever. Launch date is going to be the 28th. So you got 11 days from now to go sign up to make sure you get notified. We're going to be launching on Red Valkyrie's channel. So hit that link. Make sure you subscribe.
I will be on 3 shows that night too. I'll be on Red Valkyrie's channel, because they were the people that brought me to the scene. That's how a lot of people first found me. Mm-hmm. And then I'm following that up with Michael Bancroft, and then
excellent.
I haven't gotten the official confirmation, but I'll probably be on the gutter that night too.
Good. Making the rounds, man. back when this first kicked off, there were a bunch of channels that were doing promo shows and whatnot. There were a shit ton of them. There are not very many of us left anymore, it seems. But there are still a few.
And a few of the people that are left, you have to like it. They're conditions now. So I'm not about that. So
no, we just talk good comics over here. We're about having fun, enjoying story, conversation, comics, and showing off cool exclusive stuff like this. Look at this fucking page. That is awesome. Now, you actually sent me this in a DM when we were getting prepared for this stream. Now, is this colors directly over pencils, or is this all just the artist, your interior artist?
So I have a pencil artist, an inker, and a colorist.
So
this
okay.
is pencil, inked, and colored. But Ruvian, and I should say, there's also a flatter as well. So Ruvian and his flatter, they work fucking magic. Like, it's sheer fucking witchcraft what they pull off. Like, this is insane.
The colors are great. I'm looking at the pages up on the campaign page, and there's a lot of subtlety to them. Sometimes colors can overtake an image. You've got the line art, and then the colors just kind of come in and overblow the line art. They just kind of consume it.
I completely understand that.
And this is a nice balance, man. It feels like it feels like comics. It feels like that perfect amalgamation between line art and color and story and entertaining image. I'm super excited for this, man. The colors on this book are fantastic. You got a great team, man.
I'm very, very proud of the work that they've done, and
with
the
good reason,
speed
man.
at which they do it too, man. Like, I don't understand. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Some people are magic like that, man. Dr. Mask says, try Indie Comics Relay Tool. Cool indie channel.
I will go check them out. I'm always looking for new things, and like it's one of those things where this weekend I was with Miranda, and she sat me down. I was like, we need to write a list. You have like 2 weeks before you launch. You need to start reaching out to people and getting
what's up, Edwin?
Getting on people's shows and what have you, because like
you're gonna go talk to Literature Devil, of course, right?
I always talk to Lit Dev.
I was about to say, man.
Lit Dev's one of my boys.
Yeah. You guys are still the only people I've ever had on for my discussion show. The what was it? Subjective Symposium. We're talking about Battinson.
And I was right.
Conversation.
I was right.
Good.
Everyone,
I still haven't seen it.
Everyone told us, "Oh, Robert Pattinson's gonna suck," and I was like, "Look, man, if Matt Reeves, the guy who made Planet of the Apes, badass as it was, like a badass again, like if that guy says Pattinson is a good fit, I'm gonna trust him."
Okay.
And let me tell you, yes, the Batman has some issues. Robert Pattinson's performance specifically as Batman is not fucking one of them.
Well, that's good to hear.
A great job. There is a sequence in like the first 20 minutes that is the most Batman thing you will ever watch, and it's gold.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I know a lot of people have really applauded it for being, more of the detective type thing.
Yes,
it's just when I look at Robert Pattinson, and this is just his build, I don't see Batman. I don't see a young Bruce Wayne. I see Dick Grayson. I see a gymnast.
That is fair, and I can give you that. I am telling you though, Luke, watch it.
Okay.
Do yourself a favor.
Maybe the next time I go up to visit Feline, she and I'll sit down and we'll watch it together.
Like
I usually don't watch movies by myself. I gotta have I gotta have like a date night with the lady in order to go watch a movie.
That's more than fair. I will tell you this: his approach to Batman is found movie monster. and it's good.
Okay.
Like you don't see Batman run. He like walks everywhere.
Okay.
And he has a weight to him.
Okay.
It's pretty freaking good.
I know people are going gaga over that Penguin.
The
TV
Penguin
series.
show is very good.
Yeah.
It is very Godfather-esque.
Yeah, see, she says she'll watch it with me. Cool. All right. Well, then I shan't have to suffer alone. What's up, Edwin? I don't know if I said hi to you yet, man, but good to see you, sir. Speaking of another long-time homie that's been kicking out the jams for years now and fulfilling campaigns. Heck yeah, man. He's doing working on the Ace. And got the White Leopard coming out. I think the second launch on that. It's crazy how much things have changed in this little sphere of indie creation over here. But you know what? The more things change, the more they stay the same. Some things over there may shuffle and shift and change, but over here we're just making comics. We're just doing our thing. We're hanging out. We're talking to the chat. We're talking to the people that really like comics. We're having cool conversations, and we're making books, man. 5 years ago, I wasn't working on a book. Now I actually have a 24-page book under my belt. Mercenary Guild #1 is actually done, and it is currently funding on Indiegogo. So you guys can get my first interior artwork as well. So it's crazy how things change, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
But
time does that, man.
Yeah. Time and in real life, a lot of people weren't able to continue doing this. They had to move on to other things. Whether or not that was because they mismanaged a campaign, or they just didn't seem to make enough money, or if it wasn't worth the hassle. Because let's be honest, sometimes doing this type of thing, it's grueling, it's tedious, and it can be very fucking exhausting. But damn if it isn't worth it in the end, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Having that story out there, getting the feeling of being creatively fulfilled. Like, yeah, I finished it. I can't wait to actually hold a book in my hand that I drew. I've got this cover here. See, I've got my variant cover for Hardly Heroes, but now I can't wait to have a book in my hand that is all me inside. I drew this thing from cover to cover. I'm very excited about that. So, it's going to be a fun time. That should be later on this year. So launching the 28th for this. Bring up the campaign here again.
Sir.
And so you guys go over and hit that link that Feline has conveniently dropped for you in the chat, and make sure you're signed up so you don't miss this. The story is a hell of a lot of fun. It was in the original, and if Oden says that he has updated it and made it better than it was before, you can take that to the bank. It'll be even better than the previous one, and you're not going to want to miss this. I think I've backed just about everything you've done, man.
And I appreciate it, man. It's been a journey, and I cannot express the amount of gratitude that I have for every single person that I consider to be a part of my comic family. And that's all the hosts that have me on. That's all of you guys in the chat. That's the people that I've worked with. You guys helped me make a childhood dream come true. This isn't my main gig. Hopefully one day it will be, but
right.
I love doing this, and it gives me something that I can pass down to my kids someday. And I don't have the words. I don't have the words to say thank you enough. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, the best way to say thank you is just keep making good stuff. Show your audience you appreciate them by continuing to give them the quality, stories and comics and material that they've come to expect. And that's what you've done for the last 5 years, man. You've consistently gotten better. You work with better and better talent. You've refined your storytelling. I mean, you're one of the greats in this little sector of our indie sphere over here, man. And you just do your thing. You know, you're not worried about anything else. You're just doing your thing, writing your stories, putting your books out there, and just being, just being you. And that's that authenticity, that genuine feeling is something that I think people really gravitate towards. And people enjoy your stories, man. They keep coming back, and they're going to keep coming back because you know how to craft a story that's engaging, man.
I try.
Well, I mean, hey,
I try. Hopefully I succeed. I'm very excited for you guys to see what I've got cooking for Elysian Fields Reborn across these first 6 issues. It's going to be a good time.
Man, I know I'm super stoked for it. Shit. It's going to be really cool to revisit it because I haven't read it in a long time. I haven't actually, I don't know that I've read, I don't know if I've read this since I got these in initially. So it'll be fun to go back and look at this because I got Art T-Bear's Black and White. And when I was working at the comic shop, I found the old issues he did through Image back in the day, right? And so I was able to look at those and see the updated version in black and white, and it's cool to see the updates. It's cool to see how, the thought process, what changed from this time period to that time period, how the person has evolved as a creator, artist and writer and whatnot. So this is going to be cool to see, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for myself, but I'm also excited for everybody else in the audience to get their hands on it as well. I mean, you guys are in for a fucking treat. Let me tell you, because it was good way back when. It's going to be even better now. So, all right. I think this is probably my favorite cover right here. I'm not going to lie.
It is very difficult, but yeah, like I love this cover so much. The moment that I saw the pencils and inks from VCAN, I was like, oh god, yeah. And the original piece for this will be for sale on the campaign as well. We have some serious original art tiers on this campaign. I'm very excited.
People like that original artwork on the campaign, man. They really do. Especially if it's used in production, like the covers. People love that shit. Yeah. So, yep. Let's see. Catching up with the chat here. I am hosting Topic List tomorrow night. That is correct. You also get to see Luke try to answer trivia questions while drunk. I haven't been drunk on that show in a long while. I mean, at least not
tomorrow night.
Man, have you ever had Suntory Japanese whiskey?
No, but I hear good things.
Oh my god, it is so fucking good. I got a bottle of the Toki. Let me just warn you that it goes down very smooth. If you have it on over the rocks, like on the rocks, it makes it nice and cold and it goes down even smoother. I drank 3/4 of a bottle. Bottles. No. Oh my god, I was fucking gone. And I think Jason was hosting that night. But yeah, I was just gone, just fucking gone. Yep. So yeah, it was a fun time. The only time I've ever been that drunk on stream is usually when I'm doing a sing-along of Doom, or back in the height of the pandemic days where nobody was going anywhere anyway. So you might as well be fucking drunk off your ass.
Man, weren't they? Those were
they were interesting days, that's for sure, man. Seeing all of the different campaigns launching, and just people excited about comics. And I honestly think we're going to see a renaissance in indie production of entertainment. And I mean that across the spectrum, like indie comics. I mean, we're seeing it over here. We're part of it, obviously. But I mean, independent novels. There's a lot of that right now. MK Gibson, my buddy MK Gibson, who I met through Shay. He does awesome novels, and he gets them put out through Audible and all that. Independent novels, independent movies, independent animation, cartoons. I want to see independent everything. Like, we don't need these big corporations anymore when we can do it ourselves. And I want to see more of the DIY or die mentality. What's up, Jay Ryan? He says Suntory, Toki, and Hibiki are both great. Yeah. Yep. They will sneak up on you. Yes, the gin rocks as well. Yeah, Seth sent me the world. I guess it was the world blend of the Suntory whiskey. Oh my god, it's so good. Yep. But all right. Well, we've been going for a little over an hour here. There's the link. Feline has dropped it for you guys. Go sign up. Make sure you're ready for this campaign when it launches on the 28th on Red Valkyrie. And make sure you're one of the first 20 to back because you'll get one of those proof copies. And there are literally only 20 of them, correct?
Yep, only 20.
Yep.
Like there will be. So what I'm doing right now is I'm getting proofs done of I want to make sure that all of the covers and everything like that are spec'd right. Yes. So I'm doing one of each of the covers that are just for me, right? Like just so that I have those, and then 20 of the main cover of the book that I will sign and number, and those are the only ones that are going out to people.
So make sure you have hit this button here. Sign into your Kickstarter. Hit this button. Notify me on launch. Make sure you subscribe to Red Valkyrie. So when they launch the campaign, So when they launch the campaign on the 28th, you are ready to rock and roll. And Miranda says you deserve it, honey. See, got the support of your lady. That's all that matters, right?
Absolutely.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling well. But yeah, man, you deserve all the success in the world because you've been putting in the work, man, and you just keep plugging away. You keep making things. I am excited to see where this is going to go in the future. I'm excited to see the full 6 issues of Elysian Fields. So what is next after you get this done? What is next? But first, when are you planning to fulfill this book before we wrap up?
It will be fulfilled literally right as the campaign ends.
Well, there you go.
I get the money. I pay the printer. It goes to Critical Blast. It gets out to you guys. The next step after that is, depending on how much this makes, I have a plan to immediately start production on book 2.
Nice.
Because the script is done. And we it's going to be a fucking banger.
Heck yeah.
And we also have planned a spin-off of Elysian Fields that focuses on one of our characters that I'm very happy with, and we found a tremendous talent to do the art on that, and
heck yeah,
very excited about that. I know Miranda is as well, because it's one of her favorite things that I have written. Is I've sent her it and gotten a lot of feedback. So we've got that, and then obviously there's more stuff coming with the Embrace. We're waiting for Dean is working on finishing the art. He had a bunch of setbacks at the end of last year,
right?
That really prevented him from doing that. So he's working his butt off, and so once we have that done, that will obviously get fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, I'm going to be fulfilling the plushies and then the Elysian Fields Reborn previews. So at least, you guys, the people that backed those preview books will have those to hold them over until they get to read.
That's awesome.
The main book.
That is fantastic, and I am super excited to get my hands on that limited edition version of this book. This is really like kind of coming full circle, man. It's like, maybe that was like the end of a cycle, and we're beginning a brand new one, a new cycle of creativity and prosperity. This new burgeoning field of independent comics. I mean, indie comics have been here for a long time, folks. Let's make no mistake. Indie comics have been here for a long time. They're going to be here for a long time. As long as we got people like our buddy, Mr. Oden here, making comics that he wants to tell and giving them directly to the audience. This is indie comics to the core right here. Plushie, she says. She's very excited about the plushie.
We will get you that plushie, Flying Feline. We got you.
Yep. I really like this cover as well. I mean, all the covers are great, man. But I think this hero, the Lionhearted one, is probably my favorite. I just love the dynamicism of it, and it's so fucking badass 90s comic book in the way it's presented. I love it.
the other great thing is that I tried to make this as accessible as possible for people. So all of the covers you're seeing here are all $15 on the campaign when it goes live. Mm-hmm. You will be able to add as many covers as you want. I'm not going to limit you. Like, yes, we have a collector box tier, like that collects everything, and you get like some standees and a shirt and all this other cool stuff. But like, let's say you have 2 covers that you really like. Mm-hmm. Well, get those 2 covers. Not a big deal.
Right.
I'm like this is very much I want this to be as accessible as possible, because I would rather have 1,000 people back at $15 than 100 people back at $25.
Right.
You know, like, and that's that's what I want, is I want people to see this stuff and feel like they can get it. Like, we have a digital tier that's $5.
Right.
And like I want people to feel like they can get this without putting themselves in financial ruin.
Right. Want to make it accessible for everybody that wants it, whether it be digital, and and digital is a great option for our overseas friends, because unfortunately shipping right now is absolutely batshit insane stupid. So
yes,
being able to
I've got my own ways, like, not around that, but like since I use Critical Blast, he has methods that he uses to get stuff over there, and so
excellent.
And so like as I said, like, the shipping is affordable, and I think that the way that I handle it for the international backers is, hey, you get 1 cover, you add on a second one, and all of a sudden that shipping cost no longer seems as bad.
Right.
Yeah. I tried not to pile on. I'm gonna be double checking my perk tiers and everything, and the add-ons, and making sure that I'm not, because I really want this to be as fair as possible.
And you always do a good job with your campaigns. They're straightforward, they're very flexible, and a lot of variety for the customers. So you're doing it right, man. You really are. I am super excited. I'm stoked that you're finally getting a chance to revisit this and do it up the way you want to do it. Taking all that you've learned over the last 5 years and putting it into this book, Reborn, man. It's a fucking cool thing, But Oden, thank you so much for coming to hang out, man. It's always a blast talking with you. I mean, we could sit and jaw about stuff for hours, especially when it comes to like stories and comics and whatnot. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, but it's always a blast talking with you, man. I'm so fucking happy for you. I'm so excited, and I'm proud of you, dude. I really am. You just keep kicking out the jams. Chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and make sure you go sign up. Hit the links that Feline is so graciously dropping in the chat, and remember,
shop smart, shop S-Smart.